Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Doug White Memorial Field on the campus of Concord Carlisle High School in Concord, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys soccer contest as part of the 2025 annual Kicks for Cancer Day. Today's contest pits technically two visiting teams here at this neutral site for this charity game. As on one side in the pink jerseys, we have the defending state champions, the Newton North High Tigers, and in the teal jerseys, we have the Brookline High Warriors. The PA announcer is talking for a moment, so I'll just let him talk.
This event started in 2007 to honor Lois Wells, mother of beloved CCHS goalie coach Steve Senior Wells, and it's grown to encompass more than 21 towns playing 16 soccer matches. This year we offer special tribute to beloved CCHS librarian Dr. Robin Cicchetti, who passed away from uveal melanoma in June. Robin was a passionate and innovative educator who championed reading for all. In addition to Kicks for Cancer, Mighty Moose 5K was added 8 years ago to honor Concord mom Jenna Swain, who lost her courageous cancer battle. As a community, you have raised over $3 million to support ovarian cancer research and prevention. Thank you for your support. And together, we are going to kick cancer. Please note, Kicks for Cancer is a green event. Special thanks to our lead sponsors, Hart Orthodontics and Lazaro Paving. Who's ready to watch some soccer? Today's matchup features on Turf 2 in pink, the Acton Boxborough Colonials versus in blue, the Bedford Buccaneers. On Turf 1 in pink, the Newton North Tigers versus in blue, the Brookline Warriors. Our national anthem will be performed today by Sadie Constable. Please remove your hats and face the west end of the stadium for the singing of our national anthem.
All right.
Thank you again, Sadie. Teams to the sidelines. Good luck to all teams. And once again, let's kick cancer.
All right, that was our PA announcer and the performance of our national anthem once again here at Concord Carlisle for the 2025 Kicks for Cancer game between Brookline and Newton North. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and I'm not alone on this broadcast today. Joining me as my color commentator, Brookline High junior Nico Wise. Nico, thanks for joining me. This should be a great one.
Definitely, Jesse. We know the rivalry between these two is great, and what an honor to be able to call this game. A great thing these guys have been doing for many, many years, and a great honor for me to be able to call this alongside you. But Jesse, we know this is a big, important game for Brookline. Is they're yet to get one on the win column this year with 4 ties and 3 losses. This would be a big one to get, as last year during this same event, these two teams tied, and I think that's been the story so far for Brookline this season.
Yeah, it's really been interesting how close these two teams have been recently. Like you said, they tied their Kicks for Cancer game last year 1-1. They tied their second regular season matchup last year 1-1. And if we look at where they are in the standings, even though their record's significantly different, like you said, Brookline 0-3-4, 3 losses, 4 draws. Newton North 3-2-1, 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. The initial MIAA Division I power rankings that came out yesterday morning have these two teams actually very close in the rankings right now. Newton North coming in at 24th, Brookline 26th, which just shows the difference that strength of schedule can make. But of course, despite that, the difference in results for these two teams last year very different, as Newton North, despite entering last year's state tournament as the 31st seed, went on an amazing Cinderella run all the way to the 2024 state championship title as they defeated number 8 St. John's in the finals, the same team that eliminated Brookline in the round of 32. So this is going to be a rivalry game with a lot of energy in it, played, of course, for a good cause. And folks, be sure to check out the description section of this video. We've got a link that you can go to where you can donate to Kicks for Cancer even while watching from home. It's a great cause as they raise money for women's cancer research, for ovarian cancer research, and it's just been a great thing they've been having going since 2007, I believe the PA announcer said, and said that they've raised $3 million for cancer research. Wonderful event.
Definitely, Jesse, and I think, you and I talked about this. I mean, although Brookline doesn't have a win, they played St. John's and tied them. Most of these
St.
teams
John's Prep.
St. John's Prep. A lot of these teams aren't doing that. It just shows that this Brookline team can fight, and I think this is going to be a great one. But I think definitely early for Brookline, it's going to be out holding their back line and getting goals in the back of the net.
Absolutely. Brookline's definitely shown they're a team that can hang with high-ranking squads, but they've got to be able to finish consistently. They're coming off a tough 3-1 loss at Cambridge Ringe in Latin School in the rain a couple of days ago, a game I was initially slated to cover, but the torrential downpours made it not safe for my equipment. But thankfully, I get to be here for this one. This is a big game against a rival opponent for a great cause, and just as you, Nico, I'm honored to be able to be here and cover this great event.
Yeah, definitely, Jesse.
The two teams taking the field for today, starting in net for Newton North is a sophomore number 1, Kieran Franks, and for Brookline, their senior co-captain netminder number 99, Alec Smagula. Remember, Newton North in pink, Brookline in the light blue, teal, whatever you might call that. They've been calling it blue. Just important to remember, as this is a game at a neutral site where they wear alternate jerseys, which I think is pretty neat. And folks, remember, if there's anything you'd like to say throughout this broadcast, we encourage you to say it either in the live chat here on YouTube. And you can also try and send me something in my email. Email's acting a little funky today with the Wi-Fi out here in Concord, but at the very least, the stream is going strong, and that's all I can ask for. And all right, looks like Brookline's going to get the opening possession here as number 11, Koya Nicoli at midfield, ready to get us started here in the first half. A fresh 40 minutes on the clock. Alongside Nico Wise, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan out here at Concord Carlisle High School in Concord, Massachusetts. The Kicks for Cancer game is underway. And we got a push right off the bat. Boy, it's not a Brookline-Newton North game unless you get some physicality right off the jump, eh, Nico?
Definitely, Jesse, and that just shows this is how Newton North wants to play this game, and Brookline's got to answer with it.
Jeffrey Dong, number 8, setting up to send away this free kick. Launches it deep into the Newton North end, headed back by a defender, downed by number 12, Ryan Goldberg. Dribbling around with it, trying to weave through the defenders. Fits a pass through to Nicoli. Nicoli got it off the back of his foot, though, and just couldn't quite dribble away. Taken by the Tigers, a kick away by number 11, Nikita Lutsky. Taken by Dong, passed back forward to number 5, Adon Spivak, sending it down the far sideline, has found a man. Looking, and gets tripped up. It's knocked out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick for Brookline. Good work down the sideline by the Warriors, trying to see the jersey number of who that was going down the sideline.
I believe that was Sammy Treisman. But a great ball from Adon Spivak.
You're
great
right.
Through ball.
Good call, Nico. That was number 2, Sammy Treisman. So nice to have backup here for whenever I struggle to find who's who. Brookline setting up for an early corner kick here.
Yeah,
Did you happen to see who it was that's heading to the corner there, Nico? 'Cause, they don't have numbers on the front.
I can't tell.
We'll see if we can pick it up later.
Yeah, and I think referee's giving some words. A few of the Brookline guys hounding the Newton goalie, not letting him move.
Again, no love lost between these two local rivals, even in a charity game. Just makes it all the more fun to watch.
Keep an eye out for Jad Torres running close inside.
And it's headed away by the Newton North defense by number 4, Peter Reel. Recovered by Jacob Friedman on the far side. He sends in a crosser. Header! Score! Brookline on the board first. Beautiful, beautiful play. That goal scored off the header. I'm just waiting to see the jersey number. Again, I just need him to turn a little bit. The goal was scored by Koya Nicoli. Beautiful early strike from the Warriors. As you can see on this replay, first it was recovered off the bounce by Jacob Friedman. He sends in a beautiful crosser, and Nicoli just sitting there waiting for it. Beautiful play. Nicoli from Friedman, and Brookline's up 1-0.
Yeah, huge one for your Brookline early. We talked about setting the tone early in the game, getting the first goal, and that's what Brookline did. See if they can get another one.
Jacob Friedman gets pushed in the back. Good foul draw there. Trying to see if he can sell a little bit extra, get the yellow card maybe, but again, very physical play.
Yeah, a few extra rolls. He might have gotten the yellow there, but Brookline free kick here. See if they're able to connect with something. I mean, they've really been the dominant team so far. I mean, we're only a few minutes into this one, but you can tell Brookline really wants to set the tone.
Absolutely. Beautiful play for the score. Koya Nicoli heads it in off a crosser from Jacob Friedman after it initially looked like Newton North had cleared out the corner kick. Now they send in the free kick, taken off one hop there by Franks. Kick was sent in by Goldberg, I believe. Franks, looking around, sends the punt forward. Taken at the middle by Santi Sierra, stolen away, but we got another foul against Newton North as they're coming out physical, but perhaps a little too physical here, Nico.
Yeah, you got to be careful, Jesse. I mean, after that's now, I believe, number 3 or 4. Very early into the game, ref is having a word with them.
Yeah, my gosh, we're less than 5 minutes into this game. Brookline's got a goal, and Newton North's got 3 fouls. Sending it in, Travis Applebaum sends it out to the far side. Fighting for the ball, and some more bodies go flying. No foul that time, just going to be out of bounds, Newton North ball.
Yeah, I can't tell the number. Like, good shoulder-to-shoulder contact there, clean.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was 18 or 19. If it was 18, it was Ricky Lee, and if 19, it was Sebastian Gaupil. Well, after another out-of-bounds deflection, keeps it Newton North ball. They throw it in again. Bouncing along, cleared out of bounds. Smart decision there by Jeffrey Dong to keep it away from the attacker.
Yeah, well done there, just clearing it out of bounds. I don't know if we'll see that ball ever again, but well done there from Brookline.
He did send that one into the woods, didn't he? Another throw-in along the far side by the Tigers. Deflects around. And a bit of a whiff on the clear, but a secondary kick sends that one away. Now deflected forward. Oh, and a slip and a fall, and a chance for Brookline. Off to the races is Jad Torres. Torres cutting towards the middle. Torres fires a slow roller, and it's a diving snag by Kieran Franks.
Great effort there from Torres. Just couldn't get the right footing on it.
It's always so tough when a guy's trying to kick on the run, especially when he's running sideways. When it's done right, it makes it look so much easier than it actually is, doesn't it?
Yeah, you really got to turn that body, and when you're running at such fast of a pace, it's very, very hard to get a good shot.
And bodies go tumbling again, but it's simply an out-of-bounds call, Brookline ball. Throw-in to come from Applebaum. Throw-in goes off ahead. Bounces down, and last touched by Brookline as Sierra is kind of tangled up with number 6, Daniel Gundilovich. Throw in, another battle for the ball, and oh, I think we got a foul call against Brookline here. Sierra a little too physical while tangled up with Gundilovich, and it's going to be a free kick for Newton North.
Yeah, see if Newton North can get something happening here. Not so strong so far on the offensive side of the ball here for Newton North, excuse me. See if they can get a header foot on this.
Lucas Ribeiro sends in the kick. It's headed and barely kept in bounds. They try another kick. It's straight up in the air. Bouncing along, dangerous as goes off ahead, off another head, sent straight up in the air again, still in the box. Deflects down and out of the box, and Jacob Friedman chased it down, sends it upfield, and Brookline really wanted them to play the advantage, but they do not. They blow the play dead, and it'll be a free kick for the Warriors as Friedman is still down. He took a hard shot around the ankle on that play.
See if ref will give him a card, and he does. Yeah. It's not the best challenge, especially, but I think Newton North got a little lucky there. They didn't play advantage. Jad Torres was one-on-one, and Sammy Treisman was coming in off the right side. Possible opportunity there for Brookline, but negated by the foul.
Travis Applebaum lining up to kick this one away. And it's so interesting that sometimes a foul can go in the favor of the team committing the foul. Such an interesting quirk of the sport. Applebaum launches this one forward. Friedman waiting for it, goes off the head of a defender, and back to Franks.
Yeah, Franks did a good job there coming out. See if Newton North can counter here.
Lutzky sends it forward to Gundilovich. Gundilovich sends it back to the center back Reel. Slides it across to his fellow defender Misha Vorobyov. Vorobyov sends it to the outside, back to Vorobyov again. Launches it out to the near side. Taking it is Lutzky, passes back, kicked up the line. Applebaum launches it back the other way. Knocked down by number 20, Harry Wilson. A battle for the ball. This is Goldberg, past the outside, knocked away by number 5, Owen Knapp. Moving down the sideline is Lutzky, stolen away by Friedman. Friedman couldn't knife his way through, but draws another foul. Did someone grab the jersey there?
No, it's 2 hacks to the foot from 2 Newton North players, just right for the ankle on Goldberg.
And boy, they rushed that free kick from Goldberg, and it goes out of bounds. Newton North ball, throwing up the line, knocked out by Applebaum, reaching his foot around. It'll stay with the Tigers. Quick throw in from Knapp, stolen away by Sierra, over to Nicoli, and now a launch forward from Spivak. Torres trying to give chase, but too far, and it's taken off one hop by Franks.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Brookline's really trying the over-top game. And I'd say it's working pretty well, Jesse. Although they don't have a goal from that type of play, they're getting lots of possessions, and Newton North's got to really adjust to it.
And we got a push in the back called against Brookline at midfield. I think that was Sierra again, and he's got to be careful. I know you want to answer Newton North's physicality, but you don't want to commit too many fouls. And good disruption from behind by Jad Torres. Gets some applause from his teammates on the bench, but it'll still be a Newton North throw-in.
Yeah, Brookline's got to be careful. Can't leave anyone open here.
This one kicked towards the middle and kicked away by Spivak. And it slides past the defenders, and it's a foot race back to the ball. Reel is going to get their first turnaround and almost knocked forward by Goldberg, but Reel lays down like a hockey defender to stop that ball from going forward. Goldberg steals it back, sends it forward to Torres. Torres moving up the sideline, sends it up the line to Friedman. Friedman, a centering pass, misses Nicoli. Tap back to Nicoli. Oh, what a diving save by Franks. Nicoli almost had two.
Oh, and Jesse, what a great opportunity there for Brookline to get number 2, but got to give credit to Franks. That's a great save. That was going to go top bins, but Jesse, I think this Newton North defense really has to tighten up. They've been pretty sloppy over these first few minutes of the game.
Santi Sierra lining up for the corner kick. That was some beautiful passing from Friedman to Treestman to Nicoli for a great look. Sent it to the corner just like you want, but a beautiful diving stop. Corner kick coming up. Sierra sends it in. Just over the head of Torres. Spivak tries a shot and launches it high and wide.
Great opportunity there from Brookline again. And Jesse, we talked about early on putting the pressure on to Newton North to start off the game and get those girls early. And that's what Brookline's been doing. And Newton North, they've got to be lucky and they got to be happy that they only have one against them right now because Brookline's been the dominating team so far.
Newton North trying to move it up the line, lost out of bounds, and it is going to be Brookline ball. Good pressure defensively from Goldberg to force a hasty kick. Throws it in towards Sierra in the middle. Sierra tries to kick it forward, sliced away by a defender, and then tapped out of bounds by Lutzke. That initial deflection might have been a bit of a mistake. Looked like it was going to slowly roll into the hands of the goalie.
Yeah, got to be better on the communication side of the ball there, Jesse. I think that's great.
Throw in, deflects, and it's cleared away, I think, by Gundilovic. Battling for the ball, number 10, Gigabat Erden, sends it forward. Chased down by Dong. Dong opting to send it to the outside. Forward to Spivak, back to Dong. Dong goes all the way back to Smagula. Swings it over to Applebaum. Applebaum sending one forward. Curves wide of his intended target, Jacob Friedman, and it will be Newton North ball. Throw in coming from Knapp. And they lost control of it out of bounds. It'll be Brookline ball. Got some subs checking in for Brookline, among them number 22, Marco Neer. And some others will pick up as we go. I see number 10, who was not listed on the roster. So if anyone in the live chat wants to help fill in the blanks for us, it would be greatly appreciated.
Jesse, that's Julian Weil. I think
he's
listed on the roster, but different number.
Oh, yeah, they have him listed as 6. Okay, must have changed his number. It is alternate jerseys today as Torres draws some contact but no foul as it's taken back by the Tigers by Vorobyov, sends it to the outside. Working it up, Ricky Lee. A battle on the far side, controlled by the Tigers. Dribbling with it, I believe, is Bat Erden. Couldn't get around Jonah Littman. And Dong came in as help to take that ball away. Got it up to Goldberg. Goldberg battling. Gets to the outside. Littman with it now. Sending it forward. Deflects off Weil. And stolen away by Newton North. I'm just going to assume that number 10 is Julian Weil, as Nico has said. But if anyone knows otherwise, let us know in the live chat. But for right now, I'm trusting my color commentator. Knapp, throw in. Deflected out of bounds immediately by Applebaum. Newton North starting to put a little more offensive pressure on the ball, it seems.
Well, Jesse, definitely. I think that's what they needed. I mean, they've had a few opportunities so far this game, but haven't really been able to capitalize. But I think Brookline has to be good here to not give up one and tie this one up. But Newton North definitely putting on more pressure than the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Throw in, deflects up in the air, and a collision. And they call the foul on Brookline. It looks like Torres got hit in his back, but Newton North the team on offense, so I think the tie went to the runner on that one.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the ref just gives it, just says play on since there was 2 fouls on the play, but I think he saw maybe more with Jad Torres there. And so free kick here from Newton North.
Harry Wilson lining up to take this one.
Yeah, maybe a little too far for him to think about it, so look for a header, a foot here as Newton North is creeping more toward the goal.
Sends it in for a header, but a little too high as it goes off the head of Reel and out of bounds goal kick.
Yeah, looking for the Newton North captain Reel there. Good opportunity, Jesse, but not able to connect here, and Brookline gets away with that.
Man, I just realized I think this is the first goal kick Brookline has had so far this game. We've not seen, and I think this is the first goal kick from either side so far this game. I don't think we've seen too many go out the back line.
Yeah, a few corners, one in the back of the net, but Jesse, you're right, this is the first one for either team.
Smagula launches it across midfield, headed down back to Spivak. Spivak sends it forward, and it bounces past Vorobyov, and coming out to take it on the slide is Franks, as they had Weil racing after that ball. So it literally just went from goalie to goalie on that kick. Franks punts this one down and kicked forward. Headed back by Applebaum. Kept in bounds by Neer. But a swarm of pink jerseys knocks it away. Taken by Lorenzo Grimaldi. Passes it back to Wilson. Wilson over to number 25, Ezra Zahav-Stone. Quick passing around the triangle over to Reel. Now over to Gundilovic. To the outside to Knapp. Knapp back to the middle to Wilson. Wilson back to Vorobyov. Vorobyov misses. Wilson misses everybody, and it's taken by Sierra around midfield. Sierra's got some space as the defense sagged off. Gives it to Goldberg. Goldberg juking around. Passes it out near side to Neer. Neer towards the middle for Goldberg. A little too much traffic, and it's taken away by Wilson. Wilson up the middle, intercepted. Dong aggressive out of the center back position that time. Turning around with it, Spivak sending it forward up the middle, knocked away by Reel. Headed forward by Zahav-Stone. Now a pass through the middle, threads the needle, dribbling with it. A pass forward, gets to Lutzky. Lutzky to the outside to Grimaldi. Grimaldi tries a crosser, and it's not there. Knocked up in the air by Brookline's number 3, Aki Moriguchi.
Yeah, Moriguchi did a great job there, coming back, getting a foot on that one just to clear it. Well done from the Brookline back line.
Now fully cleared out by Smagula, headed out of bounds by Ricky Lee. And a couple more subs for Brookline coming back in the game. Koya Nicoli, and for the first time entering number 16, Javi Belmont Orsola. Brookline with a throw-in on the far side. 22 minutes on the clock here in the first half. As we got a push in the back on Newton North. That was so easy, even I saw it.
Well, Jesse, going back to the roots, a physical game. Newton North started off, and they kind of leaned a little off the physicality, but shoving it there again as Brookline has another opportunity on the free kick.
Kick comes in, knocked away by Gundilovic, up to Bat Erden. Turns around, sends it forward, knocked away by Applebaum. Recovered by Knapp, but intercepted by Sierra. Sends it across, finds his man, that's Goldberg. Goldberg to the outside, intercepted by Lee. Now pass around the triangle. Send it up the middle. They're still staying with it, but now it's booted away by Dong. As Frank's going to just come out and get it, just on the edge of the penalty box there. 1-0, the Brookline lead off a header goal from Koya Nicoli inside the first couple of minutes, assisted by Jacob Friedman. This punt towards midfield, knocked down. Wilson recovers, passes it back to Vorobyov. Gives to Reel. Reel to the outside looking for Knapp. Almost intercepted, but Knapp does take it. Gives to Gundilovic. Back to Reel. get it away from some forward pressure from Brookline. Now back over to Vorobyov. Back to Real. Real dribbling up with it, kicking it forward. Deflects back to Brookline. Controlled by Sierra. Gets a pass away to Belmont. Sends it back to Dong. Dong swings it over to Lippman. Lippman for Goldberg. A little bit tight traffic as Goldberg sends it back to Dong. Dong lifts it out. Far side looking for Weil. Weil patiently awaiting it as he stays on sides. Dribbling along the far side. Got a bit of space and gets tripped up there and draws the foul. Great ball control from Julian Weil as he just patiently dribbles and draws the foul very close.
Well done from Julian Weil there. And he's setting up here. I think Jesse, I think this is a good enough space for him to have a shot here, but we'll see what he opts to do.
Yeah, the tough thing about it is when you're so close to the box, the defenders can form a wall that makes it a little harder to get the proper trajectory of what you want. Not as much space for a rainbow type shot. Weil sends it in low and a diving stop by Franks. Neer was closing in. If Franks didn't get a full grip on that ball, Neer was knocking that one in.
Yeah, but a great idea there, the low driven ball. The idea of just getting it past all those players with the wall jumping. And it worked, but like you said, if Franks didn't get a full control there, that's in the back of the net off of a rebound chance.
And Wilson takes it away from Nicoli there. As a pass now sent out to Grimaldi on the near side. Grimaldi one-on-one with Applebaum. Trying to juke around, fires a shot wide of the net. As Smagula was reading that one all the way and just lets it roll out.
Yeah, great job there from Smagula. Didn't force anything, and like you said, just read that one out. And now for the second time, we will have a kick.
Yep, good efforts by Grimaldi. Give him credit. Some nice juke moves there to give himself a chance at a shot. Just like we said before, so hard to get the shot lined up exactly the way you want when you're moving side to side. Smagula sends the goal kick away, headed away by Vorobyov. Deflects down. Sierra sends it to the outside. Sammy Treistman back in the game. Takes it down the far sideline. Kicking it up the line. Knocked out of bounds by Lee, and it will stay Brookline ball.
Yeah, good job there from Lee, just getting it out of pressure, but Newton North got to recover here.
Kick coming towards the middle, intercepted by Real. Kicks it up for Grimaldi, who takes control of it out of the air. Grimaldi being chased by Sierra as he moves right to left. Sending it towards the outside, and Jonah Lippman boxing out the guy, and do they call out of bounds or a foul on that one?
They'll call out of bounds.
Yeah,
there,
they'll call out of bounds.
Job there from Lippman, just shielding that one away.
As Treistman gets the favorable deflection on that one. Stays with Brookline. Throw in, looking for Nicoli. Nicoli cutting towards the middle. Slides one across to a wide open Goldberg. Goldberg dribbling with space. Kicks it to the outside to Friedman. Friedman, he's got one assist already. Jukes around, fires a shot straight on and easily caught for Franks, but threaded the defense well to get a shot off at all.
Yeah, not a bad idea there from Friedman, Jesse, and I think Newton North really has to take a look at here as Goldberg and Javi Belmont, when he was on the field, that left side has been really exposed for Brookline, or for Newton North, excuse me. So Brookline has done a good job exposing that, and that's where most of their chances has come through on the left side, then crossing either back into the right side or toward the center of the field. So Newton North got to do a better job there as Friedman chasing that one.
And chasing that one down off a long pass from Lippman, and just barely keeps it in bounds in the corner. Dribbling around, now sending a crosser, stopped by Real. Oh, but swooping in is Goldberg. Goldberg keeping it on the attack. Slides one off the back of his foot. Back out to Torres. His kick blocked by Gundilovic. Torres battling for the ball. Takes control of it again. In the corner. Running out of space. Still trying to muscle it through. And Newton North lets it roll out the back line for the goal kick.
Yeah, great effort there from Torres. Just wasn't able to get that last opportunity, but well there from Torres to fight for it.
Yeah, great fight from Torres as well as Friedman and Goldberg. Just turning that into an attack at all. It looks like the first pass has been completely overshot, but Friedman never gave up on it. Newton North, a pass to the middle into traffic. Gundilovic gives it outside to Knapp. Knapp up the line for Gundilovic. Double teamed, lost the ball, taken by Sierra. Sierra pass. Belmont comes back for it. Sent to the outside for Treistman. Treistman walking up, trying to fake. Looking around. Running out of space, knocked out of bounds, and it's Newton North ball.
Unlucky there from Treistman. I think he thought that one was out, so he almost gave up on it, but then he realized it was back out and didn't have the opportunity, as he does fight for that one and regains Brookline possession.
He does, and it's taken away by Lutzke, passed back to Lee. Lee kicks it upfield, downed by Littman. Littman looking around with it and passes it back to Dong. Dong goes back to Smagula. Smagula up the middle, back to Dong. Dong surveying, kicking one forward, headed away by the defense, recovered. Oh, too much traffic there. Bit of friendly traffic, actually. But now Brookline trying to take it back as Friedman gets tripped up by Knapp and draws another Newton North foul.
Yeah, well done there from Friedman. Little body feint there, gets a foul called. Newton North doesn't like it, but that's an obvious one there. As Brookline another opportunity.
It'll be a free kick from just inside what would be the 40-yard line of a football field. Or perhaps, yeah, just inside the 35, that is. Sierra fakes. Goldberg sends it forward to Sierra. Sierra lifts it, but sliced it wide of where he wanted it to go, out of bounds.
Yeah, unlucky there, but that's a good opportunity there for Brookline, but unlucky it didn't find the back of the net as Newton North takes this one away.
Franks gives it over to Reel. Reel over to Knapp. Knapp up the near side, gives to Gundilovic. Gundilovic towards the middle, lost, taken by Spivak. Spivak tries the give and go, but it's stolen away. Sliding back for it, Treistman, no dice, taken away by number 9, Raylan Lee. Sending it forward, they get past the slide tackle, and coming back for it is Littman, but it's stolen back. They try to force the pass through, it's blocked by Applebaum. Great backup play by both Littman and then Applebaum after him to prevent potential disaster. That almost fell apart for Brookline.
Well, totally, Jesse, but I mean, that's what your back line is for, and that's what your teammates are for. One little mistake, and that's where your teammate can come in and help you, and that's what Brookline did there. Great job from that back line.
That's the sign of a good back line when, you know, one guy misses the ball, the other guy is behind him to back him up and play the next line of defense. And that's exactly what Brookline executed to perfection there. Out of bounds that one as Newton North moves up significant amount for the throw-in, but they're just letting it play as Brookline sends it back the other way. Reel chase it down inbounds, pass over to Franks. Franks sends it to the outside. That's going to miss everybody and go out of bounds.
Yet another Brookline opportunity coming up here.
Just over 11 minutes on the clock as the throw-in goes back to Sierra. Sierra looking around. Pass to the outside, finds Friedman. Friedman battling. And another foul call on Newton North as Lorenzo Grimaldi, I think, got a little too handsy on that play.
Definitely, Jesse. And Friedman, not the biggest guy out there, and especially when you're someone smaller out there, a bigger defender thinks, hey, I can just put my hands on you. But Friedman, he's done a great job a few times so far today. He's just got the foul call, and he's done a great job. But Newton North has to get their hands and body, as they've just committed way too many fouls so far today.
We got Sierra and Goldberg lined up around the ball. Let's see what they try this time. Goldberg lifts it in. Header does not get enough on it. And that is going to be a corner kick for Brookline, as I think it went off the head of a Brookline player, then off the head of a Newton North player, and then out of bounds.
Yeah, you saw that well. Spivak off of his head, off the front. And I couldn't see the Newton North player, but at the end of the day, it is a Brookline corner here. See if they're able to get something here.
They got a goal off the recovery of one failed corner kick. They've had 2 corners so far. Sierra sending this one in again, floating up and headed away by the defense. Nicoli tries to send it forward again, sliced up in the air, bouncing, and it's booted up and away by, I believe, Grimaldi. Applebaum going back for it, heads it to himself, keeps it in bounds, sending it up the line, trying to take it himself, and that one bounces out of bounds, and it was deflected off of Applebaum, so it'll be Newton North ball.
Yeah, but a good effort there from Applebaum, pushing it from the left back position there.
Just over 9 minutes to go here in the first half, still a 1-0 Brookline lead. As that one's tapped away by Sierra, kicked forward by Goldberg, but nobody there. Going to be taken by Vorobyov. Send it to the outside to number 3, Milton Orellana, but stolen away. A pass forward looking for Goldberg. Goldberg being boxed out by Vorobyov, and they're going to let that one roll out of bounds.
Yeah, good job there from Newton North, from their back line, Jesse. We've talked a lot about the Brookline back line, but for the most part, if we exclude those first 5-10 minutes where the goal happened, I think that Newton North defensive line has done a great job not allowing as much as they did in those first 5 or 10 where they had a goal, a couple through balls they just let go past. So definitely an improvement here from Norton.
And we've got several players checking in for Brookline. Among them, Aki Moriguchi, Marco Neer, and Brandon Jean, as we got a foul against Newton North here. I also see number 10 checking in for Brookline, and I do see a number 6 on the bench. Does that look like Julian Weil, the number 6 on the bench, Nico?
I can assure you number 10 is Julian Weil.
Okay. All right, I like the confidence. I trust you.
Yeah.
Free kick coming in, not from Littman. It's going to be sent forward to Littman as he tries to lift a crosser in, and it's knocked up in the air by, it looks like it was Newton North that touched it, but the officials unsure as a bunch of bodies went flying up for that one.
Yeah.
They're going to say goal kick.
A couple of the Brookline players thought last touch by a North player, but ref saw otherwise.
Yep, and ultimately, all that matters is what the ref saw. And a battle for the ball. Knocked out of bounds. And Newton North ball.
Interesting there. But
Well, yeah, that's 2 straight plays where I thought differently, but it doesn't matter. It's what the officials saw. As Brookline steals that one away, sends it forward, just missed Julian Weil there. Kicked out of bounds by Reel.
yeah, good effort there from Pedersen trying to get that one to go through, but didn't go in his favor.
And that one taken off the bounce by Grimaldi. Grimaldi. Pass missed, timed with Knapp. Knapp was trying to move up the line. Throw in from Brookline. And a hit in the back is going to be called against the Warriors' number 17, Lars Peterson, who is also checked into the game.
Yeah, unlucky there. That was going to be a Brookline throw-in, but Newton North ball because of that foul.
Knapp kicks it. Finds, I believe, number 13, Andrews Quinn. Goes out of bounds. Brookline ball again. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Applebaum setting up to throw this one in. Up to Peterson. Knocked loose by Grimaldi. Gets it up to Ribeiro knocked back to Ribeiro. Ribeiro trying to dribble through. He's still got the ball. Oh, he just whiffed completely and went stumbling as Brookline clears it out. Goes off the head of Real, going the wrong way, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah,
Quick throw in
Brookline.
from Weil, and a wacky pinball bounce there as there's a whistle for something. Handball, maybe? I thought I saw it hit a hand.
I believe it is hand. As a little bit of a yard sale out there. Saw 2 shin guards. Cleat almost fell off. Jesus.
Boy, fun times out here in Concord. And the 2025 Kicks for Cancer game. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Brookline leading Newton North 1-0. Free kick. Bouncing along. Taken by Lippman, given to Goldberg. Goldberg sends a line drive up the far side. Moriguchi somehow, didn't keep it in. I thought he almost somehow got that in. I was about to give him his props for that because that one looked like it was definitely going out, and ultimately it did.
Yeah, calling it tight there, but a great effort from Aki. Almost had a play as a Don Spivak whiffs on that.
And we've got some bodies flying as Lippman sends it up to Gene. Gene muscles through a defender, kicks it across a little bit behind Near as he tries to tap it, but it's stolen away by Grimaldi. Grimaldi gives to Ribeiro, forward, knocked away by Goldberg to prevent the give and go. And grab not called as a long shot from Newton North is easily taken off a couple bounces by Smagula.
Well, a little lucky there, Jesse. I thought Brookline could have gotten a call there, but at the end of the day, the long shot results to nothing.
High punt, cross midfield, headed away by Vorobyov. Deflected forward by Quinn. Littman sends it up to Moriguchi. He lifts one too far for Peterson, taken off the hop by Franks. Franks punts it. Headed down, Spivak takes control, tries a kick, blocked by Quinn, tapped forward by Wilson. And Goldberg trying to take it back, he does. Trying to dribble around, gets a pass to Gene. Gene keeps control despite the physicality, jukes around one, slides pass over, finds his man, winding up and firing his Spivak, and he sliced that one well wide of the net.
He wanted that. You could tell Jesse he was lining that one up. Just didn't get the right connection.
Yeah, boy, I can only imagine like the feeling like you're getting so amped up on the adrenaline winding up to fire your most powerful shot and then just seeing it completely shoot off the wrong way. That's got to be so tough. As we got a push call against Dong.
Well, Jesse, with 2 to go in the first half, this might be Newton's one of their last, I would say probably their last big opportunity here to get something going.
Well, it will depend on how much the refs give for stoppage time, as the clock now frozen at 2 minutes. Only the double whistle from the official will be able to signal the end of the half. Newton North setting up from what would be about the 45-yard line of a football field. Kick floats in towards the box, goes off ahead towards the net, and again bodies go flying as Brookline clears it out of bounds. Newton North actually almost turned that into something.
Yeah, and Dong did a great job there, not letting that become a corner kick and getting it out for a throw in here for Newton North, but got to focus up in these remaining few minutes of this first half.
They might try and set up another header. The throw coming from Quinn. A little shallow, and it's headed away by the Brookline defense as they race after that ball, knocked out by Real to keep it away from Weil. Near to throw it in. Or no, Applebaum to throw it in. Throws it into Gene. Taps back to Near, sends it upfield, gets to Peterson. Pass back, Spivak. Spivak lifts one, looking for Weil. Weil, oh, it went off his elbow. They call the handball.
Unlucky because, Jesse, that could have turned into easily something big. But unlucky there with the elbow.
Newton North dribbling with it. This is Ribeiro. Gets around a couple defenders and gets the ball to Grimaldi. Now trying to lead for Ribeiro down the sideline, and Applebaum cuts it off. Newton North trying to set up for another chance. Ribeiro to throw it in.
Yeah, Brookline sending everybody back here, even Weil.
Oh, that one came out of his hand completely wrong. As that's going to be Brookline ball off the out of bounds. Boy, that one seemed like it just slipped out of his hands, Nico.
Yeah, you wonder if that was the sweat or nerves. I'm not sure, but.
Well, either way, there's the double whistle, and that is halftime. Our score at the end of the first half, the Brookline High Warriors 1, the Newton North High Tigers 0. The lone score of the first half coming off of this play here as we show the replay once again. Jacob Friedman assisting the goal scored off the header by Koya Nicoli very early in that first half, and since then the defenses have locked down. As we go into this break, I remind you to check out the link in the description section of this video down below, where you too can donate to the Kicks for Cancer event here at Concord Carlisle, a great event to raise money for women's cancer research. You know, every little bit helps. Check out that link down below. And also, another link down below in the description section, there's a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club. If you would like to support the Brookline High Soccer program, the Friends of BHS Soccer support all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, boys and girls, varsity, JV, and freshmen. But for now, we are going to take a break for halftime. We'll mute our mics and run a YouTube ad break, but we will be back with the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, joined by Nico Wise here at Doug White Memorial Field on the campus of Concord Carlisle High School in Concord, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second half of this high school varsity boys soccer contest as part of the 2025 Kicks for Cancer event. This game between local rivals, the Brookline High Warriors and the Newton North High Tigers, saw Brookline take a lead in the first couple of minutes of the first half on a header goal by Koya Nicoli, assisted by Jacob Friedman. But there's still plenty of soccer left to be played. Brookline cannot rest on their laurels, Nico.
Definitely, Jesse, and we talked about this earlier. Brookline starting off strong, and that's what they did, and that's what resulted the goal. And they've got to start off strong again. And for Newton North especially, I think one thing you and I have mentioned many, many times so far this game, they got to quit it with that physicality. I mean, we don't have a stat sheet, but I'd say close to 10 fouls, and a lot of those have given opportunities. Brookline has had great chances to score off them, and they're lucky this score is 1-0.
All right, Newton North will start us off here at midfield in the second half as the teams switch directions. Remember, folks, alternate jerseys today. Newton North in pink, Brookline in the light blue tealish colors. As we await the whistle. There it is, and we get started. Ball is booted up by Harry Wilson, knocked down by Brookline's Sammy Treisman over to the middle. Santi Sierra sends a pass forward. Another pass forward is knocked away. Gets back to Wilson, whose kick is deflected. Racing up for it is Travis Applebaum as he sends it to the Newton North side. They move it along that back line, try and go up the middle. Koya Nicoli wrenches that one loose, but it's kicked away by the Tigers. Jonah Littman going back for it, passes it back to Alex Smagula. The goalie sends it out to Applebaum, sends it up the middle, headed away by Wilson to the outside. Lorenzo Grimaldi passes up that far sideline, and Applebaum, smart defensive instincts, sends it out the sideline to prevent a corner kick.
Well, this Brookline back line has done a great job not allowing anything from the outsides, as Newton North really wants to keep the play starting from the outside and coming in on the inside, and Brookline's outside wing backs with Jonah and Applebaum done a great job.
Got a slight pause to readjust a knee brace. Throw in coming from the Tigers. Batted down, and a floater kick. Nobody there as it's headed in the other direction by Littman. And trying for the bicycle kick there was Andrews Quinn, but no dice as Brookline clears it out. Vorobyov sends that one forward, sent back. Sent to the outside, intercepted. Controlling it is Littman. Pass up to Treisman. Treisman lifts it back and stolen away by Newton North. Taken by Nikita Lutsky. Gives it over to Giga Baturden. Baturden tries a shot blocked by the back of Jeffrey Dong. And Littman's attempted clear kick is blocked but goes out of bounds. It'll be a Brookline goal kick.
Yeah, and a good job. Like, again, Jonah Littman done a great job. As New North, they've really been trying to put on the pressure from the outside, but they have to try something else because it's really not working, Jesse, and they have nothing on the score sheet so far. So I think maybe working it in through the middle where Brookline hasn't been as strong might be a good idea here for Newton.
This one headed forward by Treisman, gets up to Jad Torres. Torres sends it up the line for Treisman. Treisman back to Torres. Torres sends one through the middle, deflected away. They were trying to set something up there as Spivak steals that ball back, passes back to Santi Sierra. Sierra trying to stay with it, but Newton North keeping up the pressure as it's taken away by Baturden. Sends it forward to Grimaldi to the outside, now lifted high. And coming out to grab it is Smagula. You know, we've talked a lot about how strong the Brookline back line has been. Littman and Applebaum, obviously veterans. They've played a couple of seasons along that varsity back line, as this one a little too far, and it's going to be an easy pickup for Smagula. But also give a lot of credit to Jeffrey Dong. He's spent the past couple of seasons not just dealing with injuries, but also lining up as an attacker and made the switch from striker to center back because he saw it was a position of need for the team. Really unselfish decision, and he's been making a solid effort alongside a couple defensive veterans on that back line.
Well, definitely, Jesse, and I think it's working out for him, and I think that's the veteran move of this Brookline team. He's been on this team since he was a freshman, like you said, dealing with injuries, but that's the veteran move, and that's what you want to see out of a guy like Jeffrey Dong.
As Torres sends this one in the box, taken off one hop by Kieran Franks. And we got some alums tuning in all the way from Penn State. Jack Fitzgerald and Ben Speicher watching their former teammates. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Hope college has been going well for you. And I hope you're enjoying watching your team holding a lead over the Tigers. Excuse me. Goldberg battling for the ball. Taps it forward, but just too much traffic there. Kicked forward by Dong. Goes off a couple of heads. Tapped to the outside by Newton North. Spivak tries a kick, and it's blocked by Lutzky. Dong coming up to get it. Spivak over to Torres. Give and go back to Spivak. Spivak gets tripped up, but Torres recovers the ball. Torres knocked over, no call. Lutzky tried to get the pass away, deflected by a sliding Torres and cleared out by, I believe, Applebaum. Going back for it is Vorobyov. Passes back to Franks, who launches it out of bounds. He had to go high with that pass because Torres had covered the passing lane. Heads up pressure.
Yeah, great job from Torres, not giving up. I mean, he's been a monster so far for this offense for Brookline. He's been lost the ball, go right back for it, and wins it back here for Brookline. And now their first big opportunity of this second half.
Goldberg setting up to throw it in. Towards the box off the head of a Newton North player, deflects around and is booted away. Off the head of Dong to the outside. Littman keeps it in bounds. Littman dribbling. Pass back to Dong. Dong goes back to Smagula. Smagula boots this one. Goes off the head of Real. Tapped forward by Nicoli. Finds a target. I believe that's Friedman. Try to pass. Knocked away there by Milton Orellana. Now Lutzky kicks that one across the field. Headed away by Real. Sierra downs it. Tries a pass. Blocked. Goes back to Sierra. Gives it to Spivak now. Spivak's pass blocked by Lutzky. Off the head of Real. And off another head. Now taken by Lucas Ribeiro, sending it up the sideline for Grimaldi. Grimaldi dribbling with Applebaum. Trying to break around, a pass back, misses everybody and goes all the way back to Orellana. Now to the outside, a kick from Lutzky, headed away by Applebaum, back to Wilson, whose kick is blocked by Sierra. Second kick, and it's caught by Smagula.
Yeah, just a routine save there from Alex Smagula, but good positioning there. And again, good job from that Brookline defense, not allowing him to have a better look at the goal.
This one deflects around, passed back to Real, up to Wilson. Wilson to the outside, kicked up the line. Grimaldi battling for it, trying to fit a pass through, but Goldberg boxes out and Dong sends it out of bounds. And it'll be Newton North ball as they were trying to keep that away from Ribeiro. Throw-in is tapped back. Pass misses Ribeiro there, going to go out the back line. It'll be a Brookline goal kick.
Yeah, and a good effort here for Brookline. On the defensive side of the ball is a few substitutions coming in here for Brookline. Going to get some fresh feet here on the field. See if that can give Brookline a little boost here. Just try and get another one in the back of the net.
They've got Moriguchi, Weil, and Neer coming back in. As this one deflects around, Treisman taps it forward, but it's knocked loose by the Tigers. And now Wilson passes back to Reel. Reel's kick blocked. Treisman recovers, passes back to Spivak. Spivak surveying, sends it to the outside to Moriguchi. Moriguchi winds and fires a crosser into the box. Header is wide of the net. Almost a chance there, but just couldn't get the angle off the head.
Yeah, great effort there from Julian Weil. Just really hard to get that positioning when you're running in like that, but a great effort there from Brookline and a great opportunity.
Goalie gives it over to one of his defenders, Vorobyov. Pass stolen away by Moriguchi, trying to get a pass up to Torres. Torres trying to fight for the ball with Vorobyov and a couple of helpers. Finally taken away by the Tigers as they kick that one upfield to Grimaldi. Grimaldi trying to dribble around, but it's stolen away by Marco Neer. Gives to Spivak. Spivak goes back to Littman. Littman sends it up the middle. Treisman sends it outside to Moriguchi. Moriguchi sending it through, a little bit behind Treisman, can't get it. Reel clears it away, gets it up to Bat Erden. Sent to the outside. Pass from Grimaldi, knocked away. Popped up in the air by Reel. Couple players racing up for it, and it's ultimately headed forward to Torres. Torres cutting towards the middle, looking, passes it back to Sierra. Sierra to the outside. And now a pass bouncing along, kicked away by Vorobyov. Off the head of Applebaum. Another couple deflections right to Spivak. Spivak looking. Pops it out to the near side to Moriguchi. Moriguchi lifting it into the box. Out of reach for Weil. Oh, and the shot just barely whiffed by Weil. It was out of reach of Treisman. I got a little mixed up, but Weil, if that bounce was just a couple of, maybe a foot shorter, he could have gotten his foot on that.
Yeah, it's really hard, especially when that ball is bouncing just around your hips, just to get anything on it. It's in that area where you don't really have any part of your body that can get any power.
Yeah, unless he was a contortionist, there was no way he was getting his foot on that one. Weil now with the ball, but surrounded by defenders, and they take it away. Booted upfield, knocked back by Littman. Spivak touches to the outside to Moriguchi. Sends one forward off the head of Vorobyov. Tapped forward. Torres giving chase, but Ribeiro kicks it away. Going to be taken by Littman. As he passes it back to Smagula. Smagula's got some fans from Naples tuning in, as I see Edwin Buchanan in the live chat saying, "Go Alec, go Warriors," from the Naples fan club. Wilson takes this ball, kicks it forward, knocked away by Applebaum. Dribbling with it now, I believe is, ball's lost. Taken away, a pass up, Bat Erden on the breakaway, shoots and scores! Giga Bat Erden off the turnover from Brookline. And a nice pass, I think it was Ribeiro who got the assist on that one, as Giga Bat Erden ties it up for the Tigers.
Well, Jesse, all day long we've been talking about how good that Brookline's back line has been, and just one slip up, not just from the back line, but from the majority of that Brookline defensive center, mid, defensive line. One mistake leads to the game being tied. So this Brookline team has to just think past that, get back on their game, and put another one in the back of the net.
Yeah, boy, aptly named, I think, from you there, as it was a literal slip up, as the guy just slipped and fell trying to dribble the ball. And I think the defensive line wasn't ready for the turnover, as Newton North made very quick work switching from trying to get the ball back to immediately attacking it after getting that giveaway from the Warriors.
Well, you got to give credit to Newton North. They haven't had as much time of opportunities as Brookline may have had, but they had a big one there and they capitalized. and this game's evened up. So see if Newton North tries to pour on that momentum and that pressure to get another one, as there's a missing shin guard from anyone on the field.
Boy, these shin guards have just been flying today. Those high socks don't hold on to them like they used to, huh?
Seems as the issue has been resolved, and Brookline will take it away.
Indeed. Sierra's kick is blocked by Bat Erden, who is keeping up that offensive pressure for Newton North. Senior co-captain for the Tigers tying it up off an assist from, I believe, Lucas Ribeiro. As the foul was called on Brookline, it'll be a free kick for Newton North.
Yeah, and seems like Newton North has switched to almost a low block where they don't focus as much on the defensive side and has their midfield and their out wide players pushed more up on the field, which will help with the attack. But the only problem is if you do lose possession, that defensive line is a little depleted.
Ribeiro sends the kick in off the bounce, and boy, Alex, I don't know about you, but Alex Magula made me sweat. He knew that positioning of that ball better than I did, and he knew to just let it bounce out of bounds. But I was like, wait, aren't you going to get that?
Yeah, I thought he was almost waiting, anticipating a shot from a Newton North player, but good eye there and lets that one go as his shoe is getting tied.
Yeah, again, that's why he's down on the field and we're up here on the mics. 'Cause he knows a little better where that ball's going. Smagula gives to Littman. Littman boots it upfield. Downed by Newton North, tapped forward by Moriguchi, and going to be caught off the bounce by Franks. Franks throws it out far side. Owen Knapp sends it up the line. And racing after it is Lorenzo Grimaldi. Smagula has to come out of the penalty box. He couldn't pick it up with his hands. He had to kick that one out of bounds.
But a good eye there from Smagula.
Yeah, he saw that Applebaum had gone tumbling on that play and wasn't going to be able to help him. So he just took care of business himself, as I think out of bounds again, Newton North ball. Ball deflecting around along that far sideline. Applebaum trying to send it upfield. Off ahead towards the middle, and Brookline running in transition now. A kick forward from Near, deflects to the outside. Now cutting around, I think, is Weil. Weil breaking free. Weil, a shot! Julian Weil! Brookline answers right back and takes back the lead.
Well, a great effort there from Julian Weil. He got the ball off of a redirect from a Newton North player and finds the back of the net, and Brookline pouring on that pressure right there, and a great goal there from Julian Weil.
Beautiful effort from Weil there as he had to fight through that last defender himself. I think we can call that goal unassisted. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, off the redirect from a Newton North player, and all Julian Weil from after that. And a great goal.
Fantastic goal from Julian Weil. I'm really glad you were able to identify his jersey number for me, Nico, as he's now drawn a foul call right after his goal as he was getting ready to put on the pressure after a nice offensive deflection from Brandon Jean.
Yeah, the impact from a lot of these Brookline forwards, Julian Weil, Jad Torres, just pouring on this pressure, and a little overwhelmed is that Newton North back line. Like I said, playing that low block, you don't have as many people coming back when you lose possession. And again, another opportunity here for Brookline.
You were literally a prophet about that, Nico. You said it can be tough if you lose the ball and it goes the other way, and that's exactly what happened. Brookline with a free kick coming up. Goldberg and Sierra positioned near the ball. We'll see who goes with the kick. It'll either be the lefty kick from Sierra or the righty kick from Goldberg. Pretty close distance here. We'll see what they try to do. And Sierra starts and stops, steps back, another start and stop. Now a kick, and he launches it through the football uprights. That was weird looking, but in the end, simply a goal kick.
Pump faked a few of those and eventually just had to take a whack at it.
This one intercepted in the middle by Goldberg. Goldberg winds and fires, and it might have gotten deflected as Franks desperately trying to keep that one in bounds after grabbing it. If it hadn't been deflected, he would have just let that one go out of bounds.
Yeah, toe tap grab there from Franks, but a good job. See if Newton North can counter.
This one deflects off ahead, headed down by Dong. They're trying to push it the other way. This one passed to the outside, Grimaldi, kicking towards the middle, knocked away by Littman, and a whiff on an airborne kick there as Brookline boots it away. It's bouncing around like a pinball and finally taken by Jacob Friedman. Gets around one defender, gets around another as he crosses midfield, taps it across to Goldberg. Goldberg looking for a through pass. Moriguchi's got it. Moriguchi the crosser to the middle. Oh, a chance for Treisman. Oh, it's still loose and it's kicked away by Reel.
What a great opportunity there from Brookline, and Treisman just not able to get a strong enough boot on it.
And we've now got a whistle against Brookline. I'm not sure if it was...
I think they're going to call it an offsides.
Ah.
I think all that mess around there, I think maybe it was Treisman, maybe it was Gene, one of those two might have been offsides when they touched it.
Whatever happened there, it's a free kick now for Newton North. Sent up by Vorobyov, off ahead. Goes back to Oriana. And now a battle for the ball, and late whistle there as they do call a foul on Brookline.
Yeah, touched it with his hand there, can't do that. And Newton North free kick here, see if they can put something on here to tie this one back up.
Ribeiro lifts this one out to the far side, misses Reel, who has been pulled up, and they do try a kick, but they don't have the angle. That's going to bounce out of bounds. Goal kick.
Just a desperation shot right there, and they're not. I think they're gonna call it. Yeah, I think it went out of bounds before that kick.
Oh,
so throw in here for Brookline.
Checking in, back for Brookline is Koya Nicoli. As the goals from Nicoli and Weil have made this Brookline's first multi-goal game of the season, as that one deflects out off Brandon Jean.
Well, Jesse, for the majority of these Brookline games, they've been very close. It just came down for Brookline not being able to put goals in the back of the net. And this is what you like. This is how you want to see a team develop throughout the season. And a multi-goal game here.
As we've got a whistle stopping the play. Looks like a foul was called on Brookline. And again, a situation where the team getting the free kick kind of wanted to keep playing the advantage, but the refs blew it dead.
Yeah, and it goes both ways. We saw that with Brookline in the first half, and now goes against Newton North.
The header goes straight up in the air, and Smagula races up to grab that one, punts it away, deflects down. Jean takes control of it. Jean looking for his teammates, sending it up the line for Moriguchi. Moriguchi tries a crosser into the box, but nobody there as Franks easily snags that one.
Yeah, Brookline a little lucky. I thought that ball might have hit Jean's arm, hand area, but nevertheless.
Oh, on the initial deflection after the punt, yeah. This kick downed by Goldberg. Ribeiro kicks it forward. A man sneaking through. It's Grimaldi racing up, matched by Dong, and He can't get through. Jeffrey Dong hustling back to prevent a potential breakaway. It will be a corner kick for the Tigers.
And a great effort there from Jeffrey Dong. He's been on it all day. But an impact player here for Brookline on that back line. See if they can get out of this one clean.
Corner kick comes in low. Deflects up in the air. Bat or Den heads it, but a sea of teal jerseys in there as Brookline sends this one straight up in the air. Downed by Ribeiro, and that's just going to roll out the back line. It'll be a goal kick for Brookline. 18.5 to go here in the second half. Brookline leading Newton North 2-1.
As Neer and Torres enter the game for Moriguchi and Weil, both those two players had very impact since they've been on the field. Julian Weil with a goal and Moriguchi a bunch of great efforts.
Smagula boots this one off the head of Reel, and that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Brookline throw-in. Still anyone's game. Only one goal separates these two local rivals. Brookline has seen their lead disappear once this half. They know they have to stay on it. As this battle on the far side results in a kick upfield by Newton North, knocked right back by Dong. Goes off the head of Reel. Chased down by Ricky Lee, who sends it up the line. Blocked by Applebaum. And now Applebaum kicks it away. Wilson takes it, knocked loose by Jean, taken by Nicoli. Nicoli dribbling, couldn't get around Reel as Reel kicks it away, disrupted by Dong. And swooping in for it was Lutzky, but it's taken back by Littman. Littman back to Applebaum, back out to Littman. Littman dribbling, gives to Sierra. Sierra weaving around. Turns around, pass back, Applebaum up the middle to Jean. Back now to Littman. Littman looking, lifting one to the outside, and he couldn't get that one far enough. It looked like he might have been trying to get it to Marco Neer on the near side wing, but just didn't put enough on it.
Yeah, just not enough on that. It just turned a little too much for him.
And we got a foul against Newton North drawn by Jad Torres, who is trying to get after that ball.
He's done a great job this game, not only just baiting those fouls and getting calls for his team, but he's just been a great impact engine on this Brookline front.
Yeah. And remember, all the possessions Brookline wins on the offensive side is time taken away from Newton North's offense, which helps the defense ultimately. So even if a guy doesn't wind up with a goal in his box score, an offensive player can still have a big impact if he keeps winning possessions for his team.
100% spot on there, Jesse.
Ryan Goldberg lining up for this free kick as Littman fakes it. What on earth? Did they call offsides on Brookline before the ball was even kicked?
I'm not sure. I think you might be right.
Well, I feel slightly less stupid for being confused about it, given that you're confused too. So I'll take that win at least.
I'm not sure how you can get an offside. The play was dead before Goldberg even had a foot on the ball. I'm not really sure. I think a few of those Brookline players confused as well.
Yeah. Well, whatever it was, the free kick from Newton North, and we'll have another free kick coming up as Sierra collided with Wilson on that play. So from about, I'd say about the 30-yard line of the football field, it'll be a free kick coming from Lucas Ribeiro, who got the assist on the tying goal by Giga Bat Erden. Newton North trying to tie this up again with 14.5 to go here in the second half. Ribeiro sends it flying in, deflects down in the box, and it's cleared out by Nicoli. Pass up. Nobody going after the ball, though, and it's kicked out of bounds by
that was
Oriana.
a perfectly placed ball by Riviera. You can't ask for much more off of a free kick, but great job from that Brookline back line. See if they can counter here. And like you said, Brookline, just that time is ticking away, and Brookline's doing a great job.
Subs coming in for Brookline here. Looking for the throw-in is Littman. Sends it up the line, headed down. Blocked by Goldberg, knocked forward by Nicoli. Coming out for it is Franks.
Got cleated in the ankle, I think. Not what you want to see here.
Oh, I see now. Harry Wilson down, hurt for Newton North. And like you said, Nico, not what you want to see, regardless of who you're rooting for. You know, even if this is a very physical, heated rivalry, you don't root for injury, never.
100% Jesse, and this would give this Brookline side some time to recover as this defense just has to focus up. So does the offense. We'll give them time to game plan with 13 to go.
Yep, 13-18 is what it reads on the scoreboard clock, but remember, of course, we will have stoppage time. The clock will be stopped when there's 5 minutes remaining in the half, or 5 minutes remaining on the clock, and then the officials will let us know when it's over. Did Wilson go back out there? Or, no, he's sitting on the bench, but doesn't look too bad. Hope he is okay.
Yeah, I can see him just under the bench grabbing that ankle.
Couple deflections around midfield. It's collected by Andrews Quinn. Sends it forward. Applebaum sends it back, but it's deflected. Battling for it. Kept in bounds by Brookline and booted upfield. Nice play from the midfielder there as he's dribbling up with it. I think that's Treestman. Pass through the middle to Goldberg. Sends it along to Spivak. Spivak to the outside to Neer. Neer couldn't fake out his defender. It's stolen away but lost out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Brookline.
Neer did a good job there recovering there after he lost it. And a Brookline throw-in.
This throw-in deflects and Grimaldi clears it out after it was his get-back speed that stopped that potential rush from Neer. Smagula boots it, and that would be offsides, but they just left it. There was no whistle to stop it as Treestman takes the ball. Treestman looking around, his kick blocked.
Well, Jesse, a little funny thing. Julian Weil stood there, and all the Newton North players thought the play was dead, and Treestman just ran in and scooped that one up.
Sierra dribbling up with it. We got an injured Newton North player down on the field as Weil tries a crosser, goes off ahead. It's chased down by Neer, and now a crosser, but they're going to stop play now for the injured Tigers player. As we get another player down. When you see a player down like this, you know, on a hot day like today, still in the early parts of the fall season, you know, it might just be cramps due to dehydration, and
Yeah.
that's certainly the best case scenario, and you know, usually what you hope for in a situation like this.
Definitely, Jesse, and getting stretched out there. And I think you're right. I mean, a lot of this is just a lot of running, hot day out. Although the sun isn't crazy, it's still an impact factor here.
And that was Gigabat Erden, the captain who scored the tying goal earlier in this second half. He is coming off, looks okay. And given that it was stopped in the middle of play, I imagine they're going to do a drop ball here.
Yep.
So the official will drop it right in front of the Brookline player, and then play will instantly resume. A lot less space for Brookline to work with as they allow some defenders to get into spots, but they might be able to get some more offensive players up. So, some benefits and some drawbacks to that whistle blowing the play dead. Goldberg lifts it high in the air and snagged out of the air by Franks. I'm surprised Brookline almost managed to get ahead on it. Not that it would have gone towards the net if they did. Punted away by Franks. Deflects down. Controlled by Lee. Sends it up the line and out of bounds. Couldn't get it to Lutzke. Throw in will come from Applebaum. And that one's going to be knocked out of bounds. And we got a substitution. Harry Wilson's back in, so he's okay. And that's always good news. Again, no matter who you're rooting for, the kids being okay is good news.
Yep.
Throw in, deflects, and Applebaum just kicks it out of bounds, try and slow things down. 10.5 on the clock here in the second half. Brookline trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead, trying to secure their first win of the season. That one off the head of Reel, and it will bounce out of bounds.
Yeah, Newton North really, 10 minutes to go, Jesse. This is it. You got to put all the pressure you got.
Well, the fact that Peter Reel, their center back, is being pulled up to try and set up header plays, that tells you all you need to know about how aggressively they're attacking that ball in the later stages of this game. Smagula's kick is going to curve out of bounds.
But Brookline still, like we said, although...
Oh, a timeout has been called.
Yep. Give them some time to think things up before this final part for this game.
And boy, what a real difference for this Brookline offense. We mentioned this is their first multi-goal game of the season, as so far in this regular season, Brookline got a 1-1 tie against Weymouth, a 0-0 tie against St. John's Prep, another 1-1 tie against Needham, a 3-1 loss to Wellesley, another 1-1 tie to Framingham, a 2-0 loss to Newton South, and a 3-1 loss to Cambridge on Thursday. So they had yet to score more than one goal up until today. And Nico, what do you think has been the real difference maker for this Brookline offense?
Well, Jesse, I think it just comes down to first that offensive attack with Torres, Weil just being an impact factor, and them working with a triangle where you have three players that just pass it one way or another, so there's always an outlet option. Those through balls have been working great from Moriguchi and Ryan. It's just been an all-out great game for this Brookline offense, and with 9:50 to go, this defense now has to step up one last time.
We'll see how they handle it. Throw in up the line. Pass back and a kick forward blocked by Sierra. Kick towards the middle, knocked away by Oriana, but kicked back the other way by Sierra. Goes off the head of Ribeiro the wrong way. And it's going to go out of bounds. Brookline ball.
Great fight for the ball there. Is Brookline going to slow this game down?
Yep.
Littman just
It's time for the
strolling over.
slowdown. Late in the game with a lead. Littman throws it in. Off ahead, out of bounds, stays Brookline ball. Goldberg throws it in, finds a man. Friedman didn't have room for his turnaround crosser there, but what a backdoor cut by him as he just snuck around behind the defense to create that opportunity.
Well, he talked about his size, being able to move around quickly. I think he just got there unnoticed and a good opportunity as he just wasn't able to turn his body enough to get that one near the penalty box or anywhere in that side, that 18.
It's really been a defining factor of Brookline's offense today is their ability to get into positions that the defense isn't expecting. You know, whether it was Koya Nicoli being in a surprise spot for that header goal, or, you know, Julian Weil fighting through the defense the way he did, or Moriguchi trying to rush, and the crosser is dropped off a collision, and I think that's going to be a foul against Nicoli. You can't touch the goalie.
Yeah, it just went into him, lost the ball there. And a good call there from the ref is you just can't do that.
No. You know, that's, you know, one of the lots you have in life as an offensive player. When you're attacking the ball, you've got to know where the goalie is, you know, so you don't do that. This one goes off a head, off another head, and a third head, and a fourth head. And booted up by Torres, deflects out of bounds.
Yeah, Brookline bench wanted a handball call there, but they're just going to get the out of bounds instead.
Either way, still Brookline's possession. 7 minutes to go here in the second half, or I should say 7 minutes plus stoppage time. Littman throws it up the line, and that's just going to bounce upfield. That's still in play, and Goldberg chases after it. Heads up play to keep after it as he's dribbling around now. As crosser deflects back. Torres, pass back, a shot! Oh, just high and wide off the foot of Jacob Friedman.
Yeah, great effort there from Friedman. If we were playing where the field goal is right now, that would be an unbelievable goal, but unlucky there. But a great opportunity there for Brookline.
And how about Ryan Goldberg? This feels like this is the second play we've had this second half where a Brookline player knew how to play until the whistle and took advantage of the defense thinking the play was over. This ball knocked free by Brookline, but it's kicked forward by Reel, headed away by Littman. Off another couple of heads, down by Grimaldi. Grimaldi shot blocked. Santi Sierra sliding back to make sure there was no chance of that turning into anything. Smagula boots this one, deflects down, and it's a battle for the ball in the middle. Another blocked kick, but it's taken and blocked again. Just an absolute scrum around midfield between these two teams, but now it's taken by Lutzky. Lutzky gets around Sierra, moving down the sideline, sending in the crosser. Grimaldi's header stays around the box, and the shot is launched too high from Ribeiro.
Yeah, and a great effort there from Newton North as Brookline was man down there as Friedman was caught up down on the ground in on the halfway mark, but he's back up now.
And the clock now frozen at 5 minutes, which means only the triple whistle from the official will let us know when this game is over. This ball bouncing along, knocked back. Sierra sends it forward off the head of Vorobyov. Chasing back for it is Knapp. His pass intercepted by Friedman. Friedman dribbling up with it. Taps it to Goldberg. Goldberg turning around, sending it back to Applebaum, who lifts it forward off the head of Oriana, but taken back by Brookline. Now kicked away by Gundilovic. Brookline takes it back. Spivak going to send it out to Littman. Brookline still pushing it forward as Littman kicks one, taken out of the air by Franks. Brookline keeping up some real forward pressure here, even in the closing minutes.
Yeah, definitely, Jesse. I mean, that's a part of their game so far today is attacking, but can't get too much as they don't want to be caught.
Absolutely. Smagula punts this one. Cross midfield off the head of Wilson. And, oh, that's going to be a push on Real. And that's that size discrepancy you were talking about, Nico. Fouls are more likely to be called against bigger players and in favor of smaller players just because their bodies are going to move easier.
Yeah, and it's not their fault at all, but that's definitely a disappointing foul, as that'll kick about 10, 15, 20 seconds off the clock, as Brookline's just going to hold that.
Goldberg with the ball, and he is just holding it. Escapes one defender, escapes another, fires a shot! Just wide. Ryan Goldberg was trying to put the last nail in the coffin there, but it goes wide right.
Yeah, and you could tell he wanted that. I mean, a great effort, just right.
And now Newton North on the counter, heading down the far side to Lutzke. Lutzke with the ball, matched up with Applebaum. Dribbling, still dribbling, turning around. Tries a pass, nowhere to go. Textbook one-on-one coverage from Travis Applebaum.
Well, great from the Brookline defense, but Newton North, where are your options? I mean, he was out there all alone by himself on an island, and nobody's coming in to help him, and he just had to kick it out of bounds. Great from the Brookline defense. Poor effort there from Newton North as Smagula
sends that one to the outside. Lutzke trying to push for it. Lutzke does get a crosser in, knocked away by Jeffrey Dong, as the Brookline defense again standing tall in these closing minutes. Sierra boots this one upfield over Vorobyov's head. Torres tried to chase after it, but Vorobyov gets it away out to Orellana. Orellana sends it up to Ribeiro, dribbling through the middle, pass forward, and now blocked by Moriguchi, kicked away. And that's going to deflect out of bounds. Brookline ball.
Yeah, and Lippman going to take his time here. He's going to leave that for Goldberg.
Yep, they want to have more guys back in these closing minutes. As Goldberg throws this one, deflects towards the middle, right to a Brookline player, sent upfield by Nicoli. Torres giving chase, but Vorobyov's going to get there first. His pass intercepted Moriguchi, a pass to an open Nicoli. Nicoli all by himself, pass through, Moriguchi offsides.
Unlucky there, but a great effort from Aki Moriguchi, winning that ball as Newton North wants to play this quickly.
They know time is not on their side here as they trail 2-1. This one headed away by Dong, collected by Bat Erden. His pass blocked by Lippman. Moriguchi tries to tap it towards the middle, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds and be Newton North ball. Orellana going for the throw in. Sliced. And that's going to be Brookline ball as Grimaldi was trying to send it towards the middle and just clipped it. Brookline trying to hold on to get their first win of the year. Throwing up the line, blocked. And that's out of bounds, just barely. Brookline ball.
Yeah, great idea there from Moriguchi. Not going to touch that one, just going to let that one go out of bounds. Shaves 10 seconds off the clock.
Goldberg throws it up, deflected out of bounds again, and there is your triple whistle. You can put that number one in the win column for Brookline as the Warriors triumph in their Kicks for Cancer game to get their first win of the season.
Overall, great effort here for Brookline. We haven't seen this so far this season. Like you said, first multi-goal game, and it just came down that all those players on the attacking side of the ball for Brookline on the wing, crossing that in, getting those goals. Just a great all-around effort for Brookline, but you got to give credit to that back line, Jesse. They've been stellar all game.
Coming off a game where they gave up 3 goals to Cambridge Range and Latin School on Thursday, the defense bouncing back nicely to hold Newton North to 1 goal, but the offense with their best game of the season so far. 2 goals in the first half. Koya Nicoli heading one in the early minutes off a crosser from Jacob Friedman. And then in the second half, after Newton North tied it up, it was this goal, unassisted, from Julian Weil as he fought through a defender, got his left foot on it, and sent it all the way across to the right side post for the go-ahead score that ultimately proved to be the game winner. With this win, Brookline improves to 1-3-4 on the season, while Newton North falls to 3-3-1. And what a fantastic game this has been. I've certainly enjoyed calling it. I hope you all have enjoyed watching it. And if you enjoyed watching it, be sure to think about going to that link in the description section down below where you can donate money to Kicks for Cancer, a great cause in support of women's cancer research. Be sure to check out that link down below. You can also see a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, boys and girls, varsity, JV, and freshmen. And you can also see some links related to me in the description section and in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, comments, or requests that you may have. You can see my email right there. And I'll be posting highlights from this game later today on this YouTube channel, but I also post highlights on social media. You can see the link for my Instagram and Facebook accounts in the bottom right corner of your screen and in the description section down below. But that's going to do it for this one. Brookline 2, Newton North 1, alongside Nico Wise here at Concord Carlisle High School in Concord, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night. And we're out.